Before I start, I want to say that there's going to be some spoilers for both Super Mario Odyssey and Sonic Forces. So if you don't want to be spoiled, finish the game you don't want to be spoiled on, and then you can come back. But it will begin in 3, 2, 1. Alright, my guys. So yeah, today we're going to be doing a versus. Sonic Forces versus Super Mario Odyssey, the two greatest franchises, newest games. So yeah, I played both of them, and both of them were pretty good. And I have Mario Odyssey on my Switch, and I have Sonic Forces on the PC. So yeah, playing both of them really inspired me to make this video to see which one was better, Mario Odyssey or Sonic Forces. It'll be broken down into several categories, please, and via the big screen there, I'm going to show you effects on how good the levels are, how good the bosses are, the great gameplay, the story in both of them. So yeah, and multiple others. So yeah, here we go. Super Mario Odyssey versus Sonic Forces. Let's begin. Round 1. Story. First, we'll take a look at Super Mario Odyssey. We'll always do Mario Odyssey first and then compare it to Sonic Forces. Mario Odyssey's story starts off with a bang. Mario immediately gets his butt kicked by Bowser. And then Mario meets Cappy. And while Mario travels all over the world to save Peach, Bowser is collecting wedding material and has hired a new type of bad guy called the Broodals, which are just rabbits. But yeah, at around the end, Bowser almost gets what he wants, but Mario stops him. Usual story, except now Bowser is desperate. He actually wants to marry Peach, and you could tell right away from Bowser's goofy appearance. Now let's compare it to Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces' story is kind of like a war. Eggman has broken out war onto Sonic's world, and he has developed a new invention for that, or new person, I will say. That new person is known as Infinite. Infinite brutally kicks Sonic's butt and seemingly kills him. So, which, by the way, spoiler alert, no, Sonic doesn't die. He's just knocked out uncautiously. So yeah. And Eggman takes over the world for now, and the Resistance, which is like an army made up by Sonic's friends. It's like Knuckles and Amy. Knuckles is the leader of it, by the way. They start fighting against the Eggman Empire, and your new character basically joins the Resistance and helps along Sonic and classic Sonic. And later down the line, Eggman almost gets what he wants, like with Bowser in Mario Odyssey, but is, of course, stopped by Sonic, Nick, and your avatar character. So yeah, in terms of story purposes, what we have is Mario Odyssey. It's your traditional like story you see in a Mario game. Bowser kidnaps Peach, goes go stop Bowser and save Peach. Except this time with a wedding gimmick thrown in. Usual story. But with Sonic Forces, it's a little more dramatic. And involves Eggman taking over several areas and having an infinite seemingly kill Sonic at the end. Not the end, but like at the beginning. This one is no contest. Sonic Forces wins this point by far. So that's 1 point to Sonic Forces and no points for Mario Odyssey. Round 2. Gameplay. I think gameplay is a really important feature in a video game, isn't it? In a game like, I don't know, Sonic 06, there really isn't really good gameplay coming from a game like 06. But in good games like Colors, Generations, or even Unleashed, you've got pretty good gameplay in Sonic games, and it also applies with Mario games. With Super Mario Sunshine having, let's say, wonky physics, and games like Super Mario Galaxy being known as flawless in its gameplay. But Mario Odyssey managed to trump Mario Galaxy by giving you the capture ability. You basically, when you throw Cappy at most enemies, you'll be able to possess the enemy, and you'll be able to play as that enemy. It won't work on every enemy, but it'll work on most. So yeah, do you can to like possess enemies. With Sonic Forces, you basically have 3 gameplay styles: Sonic, Classic Sonic, and your OC character. Sonic is his usual bit, 3D, the speeding areas. Classic Sonic is 2D speeding platforming, and your OC character is like your own custom thing, and you do while you go through the level. In terms of gameplay, I really like how Mario Odyssey introduces a capture ability that allows you to catch stuff like a frickin' T-Rex in Cascade Kingdom. And I like how Sonic Forces introduces multiple gameplay styles. This was a very, very close round. But in the end, Mario Odyssey got the further stretch. So it's 1-1 now. Mario Odyssey has 1 point, and Sonic Forces has 1 point as well. So yeah. Round 3. Level themes. Okay, so level themes. Where do we go wrong with level themes? Oh boy. And that's not to say both games haven't had unique ones. I mean, you had Mario Galaxy, which like had tons of crazy stuff going on. Like, they had a whole galaxy dedicated to like, I don't know, a garden, and heck, they even had one for toys, which is pretty genius. And then you had Colors, which like had an entire planet that's dedicated to like sweeties and all that junk. But both games really tried very hard with their themes. So in Mario Odyssey, one of the more noticeable things is like a prehistoric style in one of the first kingdoms you ever explore, in the Cascade Kingdom. You have your obligatory desert world in the Sand Kingdom, even your water stages in the Lake Kingdom and Seaside Kingdom, snow even, then, you know, all the jazz. But hey, there are some interesting ones. One One of two is the Lucian Kingdom, which is like an entire food blade based area, which has more than just sweets like Sweet Mountain in Sonic Colors. And the second is Bowser's Kingdom, which is literally like, for once, it's not a lava filled area. No, that's in the Moon Kingdom, but at the core of the Moon Kingdom. No, instead it's a Japanese like castle, which is very, very good. And as for forces, you got stuff like the Mystic Jungle, Casino Forest. I think Casino Forest was a thing. But yeah, you even have Metropolis and Green Hill. Heck, Sonic Forces has good themes as well. However, they do look like a little less excited to explore than they do in Mario Odyssey. So this point goes to Mario Odyssey. That's 2 points to Mario Odyssey, and we have 1 point on Sonic Forces. So far, Mario Odyssey is winning. Then we're running out of time in this episode, so tune in for part 2, where we'll go over the next round, bosses.